It's daybreak in Kibera, the largest slum in East Africa, on the outskirts of Nairobi. Thousands of people are on their way to work. They get little government support. Corruption means billions of dollars of public money have gone into the wrong pockets. Saddled with debt, struggling to win support from international donors, Kenya is caught squarely in the poverty trap. How is it going to change? Life has been to investigate. These children are currently taking care of themselves. Their mother is HIV positive and is in hospital with TB. Their father died of AIDS 4 years ago. They are typical of 1.8 million children in Kenya who have to look after themselves. 12-year-old Dennis is now responsible for both his 8-year-old sister Florence and his 2-year-old sister Diana, who is also HIV positive.
She became sick on Thursday. She was not eating. On Friday, she got worse. I couldn't even sleep at night. On Saturday, I took her to hospital. She had an injection. She is now okay.
This family is among the 16 million Kenyans who scrape by on under $1 a day, the UN's definition of absolute poverty. Mercy Oyoo, the children's mother, discovered she was HIV positive a year ago. She's now in Ngabati District Hospital, sharing a bed with another AIDS patient.
My problem is TB and a very severe headache. My children are just by themselves. God is taking care of them.
AIDS is ravaging Kenya, but donor countries are helping out. Together, they're giving over $200 million for AIDS programs every year. But like many Kenyans, Mercy believes that funds meant to help people like her are not getting through.
I feel personally, if I'm to get that kind of assistance, I'd rather they put it in my hands directly. It will really help me.
Kenya has suffered under corrupt leadership for years. According to the experts, under the previous government of Daniel Arap Moi, $3 to $4 billion of public money was squandered.
Between 1983 and 2002, we had a corrupt, callous and uncaring government which did everything it could to enrich a few and not to address the problems that we are facing with. Yet at the same time, this government was working with international development partners and knew very well that the country was going down the tubes, that the people were getting impoverished, and yet kept pouring money into this country.
Donors did eventually stop giving aid, and the Kenyan people voted President Moi out. His successor, Mwai Kibaki, swept to power in December 2002, pledging that the National Rainbow Coalition would end government corruption.
Corruption will now cease to be a way of life in Kenya.
It seemed to be the dawning of a new era, but 3 years on, those hopes are fading.
When the new government came into power, there was this amazing wave of euphoria. Kenya was actually polled by Gallup as the most optimistic country in the world. But increasingly, as time passed by, we had reports of the recurrence of what appeared to be grand corruption within the very highest levels.
Kenya's government admits that corruption is still widespread and is feeling the pressure both from inside the country and from the international community to deliver on its commitments.
We know from experience that a country like this loses a very large proportion of the budgeted funds through corruption. If we really have to serve this nation properly, we must give the citizens who pay the taxes and the citizens of the world who assist Kenya value for their money.
There's a belief in some donor countries that African leaders are inherently corrupt. But leading Kenyans are quick to point out that corruption is a two-way street.
As we all know, corruption is everywhere. And corruption is also